Hey guys, Dennard Mitchell here, helping you reach your next level. Have you ever had a day where you had a to-do list, and that could have been for personal or even for business, and you told yourself by the end of today, I will have most of the things on my list, if not all of the things completed? You got through your day, you made it home, or you came back from the office, and you were just exhausted, only to find out that when you looked at your list, you realized you haven't accomplished anything. Has that ever happened to you before? Well, I'm guilty of it, so I have my hand up. Now, I realize that when that happens, and that happens to many, even though some of us may not admit it, we are confusing activity with results. And that happens a lot. But then it made me go a little bit deeper. I realized that I had to be honest with myself. I was always told that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask yourself. So I had to start asking myself some very tough questions. And one of those questions were, Dennard, are you really being productive as you think you are? And I came up with the answer, and the answer was no. See, I realized something at that point. It wasn't because I wasn't smart enough. It wasn't because I wasn't talented. It wasn't because I didn't have the ability. It wasn't because I wasn't physically in the right shape. I realized I was struggling with focus. Now, I don't know if that's you, but that's something I was struggling with. I was struggling with focus, and I had to be honest with myself. You know, it was a young lady, and I have to give her credit because she was the first person I heard say this. Her name was Alice Rodriguez. I was at a leadership conference years ago, and she said that the 11th, now I know it's only 10, but she said the 11th commandment is jive not thyself. And what she meant by that is she said, don't lie to yourself, be honest. I want you to do an inventory of your day and ask yourself, are you being extremely focused? Two things I want to share with you, and then I will get out of your way. But in order for you to reach that next level in your career, in order for you to reach that next level in your physical life, working out, in order for you to reach that next level in your relationships with your friends, with your spouse, with your families, in order for you to reach that next level financially, you have to ask yourself, am I being focused? So I encourage you to do an inventory of your day and just take some time, do an inventory of your day and figure out what are the things that are preventing you from being focused. So step number one, I want you to identify and minimize distractions. Because if we're honest with ourselves and we go through our day, we realize that there are a lot of distractions that are getting in our way. We think we're having a fully productive day. We think that we are getting a lot accomplished, but to only realize that we start a task for 5 minutes and then our phone rings. We start a task for 5 minutes and then someone comes and talks to us. We start a task for 5 minutes and then we start daydreaming. Some of you all are probably daydreaming now, looking at the picture behind me. I set you up. Yeah, there's nothing back there. Now, I want you to identify, and once you identify what are those distractions, and that distraction might be something as simple as a cell phone. That distraction might be something as simple as a coworker interrupting you. It might be something as simple as you getting up and taking too many breaks. But I want you to first identify what are those distractions. Secondly, as it relates to that first point, once you identify what those distractions are, now figure out how to minimize those distractions. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying, look, okay, you have to be this robot. No, we're all human, and I realize life happens, okay? Awareness is very important. Life happens. However, we have to be honest with ourselves and say, if we keep allowing these little things to distract us, will we ever accomplish that dream? Will we ever accomplish that goal? Will we ever accomplish that task, that business we want to start, that book we want to write? Will we ever get it done if we keep allowing distractions to get in our way? So if it's something so simple as a cell phone, I challenge you to make sure you have your task and say for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to put my cell phone away. No big deal. I'm going to put my cell phone away and I'm not going to touch my cell phone for 30 minutes. You look at the timer and you hold yourself accountable to that. Now that's just a simple demonstration of something we can do, but you can't know what to do until you write it down. I was always told you can't manage it if you can't measure it. So before you can measure and manage your focus, you have to be able to measure it, should I say. Before you can manage your focus, you have to be able to measure it. So take an inventory first of your day See how much time you're actually putting towards that dream, how much time you're actually putting towards your work, how much time you're actually putting towards your workout, and then determine what are the distractions that are getting in my way. So that's number one, identifying your distractions and then figuring out a way how to minimize those distractions. It may be changing your environment. It may be, like I said, changing a room or putting your phone in another room, turning your phone off, but you're the only person who's going to be able to do that. The second thing I want you to do is once you identify those distractions, once you realize how to minimize those distractions, the second thing is I want you to get locked in and concentrate. Now, one of the best ways you can do that, it reminds me of when I was a kid. Now, I don't know, I'm not too old, but I'm kind of dating myself just a little. But I remember we used to play with magnifying glasses. And I remember how cool magnifying glasses were because obviously you can put that magnifying glass towards something and obviously it became larger and it was easier for you to see. But I remember being outside one day and I remember the moment when I realized that if you harness the sun the right way so that the light from the sun is hitting that magnifying glass and you're focused and then that sun go from the shine this large and then it creates a beam of focus that it was literally a laser. I started burning grass. I started burning leaves. I gotta admit it. I apologize. I started burning ants. Now, it's wrong, and I'm not saying you should do that, but I was like, whoa, once that light, once that energy, once that beam became so laser focused, I realized it was strong enough to burn things. Now ask yourself that about your life. Suppose just for the next 30 days, listen to me, I'm not saying for the whole year. We're not even going to do that. For the next 30 days, if you can get focused on that particular task you need to get done, if you can get focused on writing that book, if you can get focused on that workout, if you can get focused on creating that relationship you've always wanted with a friend or a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend, if you can just lock in and get focused, you would be surprised what can happen. You know, it was Confucius that says, he who chases two rabbits catches neither. And if we have our focus going all over the place, guess what? We're only going to be somewhat good or mediocre at in a lot of different things, but we're never going to get great at it. So I challenge each and every person, including myself, because I'm listening to this, is to get focused. And I'm telling you just from experience, once you get focused on a task, and you can lock in on it, you would be surprised how much more you can accomplish in a short period of time. Guys, I didn't want to take too much of your time, but I just wanted to share this with you because I believe this is something that helped me go to the next level, and it's my job to help you make it to that next level. So one of the best things you can do is get extremely focused, take your focus to the next level, and the best way to do that is first, do an inventory. Take an inventory of your day, figure out what are the things that are distracting you, and then figure out how to minimize those distractions. Once you do that, and you write out a list of things that you need to accomplish throughout the day. Now, there's several things you can do, but these are two that you can start doing immediately. Once you figure out and you write a task of things out and you figure out what's more important to you, lock in, concentrate, and tell yourself that for the next 30 days, I'm going to lock in on these few things. I'm going to get focused throughout my day. I'm going to set a time, and maybe that's what you need to do, and that's a good thing. As you're going throughout the day, put a time on it. Say for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to focus on writing a paragraph in this book that I always wanted to do. For the next 30 minutes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to focus on reading this book that I've always wanted to get through. For the next 30 minutes, I'm going to focus at my job on this task that I'm getting paid to do. I'm going to focus for 30 minutes, no phone, no surfing the internet, no talking to coworkers for the next 30 minutes. And then after those 30 minutes, I'm going to reward myself by taking a short break. Maybe it's a 5-minute break, a 10-minute break. And then I'm going to get right back at it and repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. You're going to get so good at this that instead of 30 minutes, then you're going to start telling yourself, all right, let's do 45 minutes. Give yourself a break. All right, let's go ahead and lock in and concentrate for an hour, and then you're going to give yourself a break. Guys, just give it a try. We heard it over and over and over, and I understand this is probably not the sexiest thing to talk about, but if we've been doing the same thing and we haven't been getting results, we need to change it because we know what that's the definition of: insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting to get different results. If you have not been getting results up until this moment, I'm simply just suggesting, speaking to myself, that you lock in and get focused. And one of the best ways to do that, identify what are your distractions. Take an inventory, minimize those distractions. And then after that, lock in, concentrate, get it done. I'm telling you, it will make wonders happen in your life. Not only will you notice and your confidence start to increase and you start to feel better about yourself, but guess what? Individuals around you, they're going to notice it too. They're going to be like, wow, she said she was going to do it. She did it. He said he was going to do it. He did it. Wow. People are going to look at you differently. They're going to respect you more. You're going to feel better about yourself. And because of that, it's going to be a ripple effect and it's going to start affecting other areas in your life. Dennard Mitchell here, Mr. Next Level, helping you reach your next level, telling you, in order to take your life to the next level, get focused. Talk to you soon.